Today we're looking at how organizations might evolve.
Talking about departments taking
A leap into
pods, agile, intelligent units, derived from those old departments, but defined by code.
So taking something like procurement
Or impact measurement in a nonprofit.
and turning it into a modular programmable thing.
Exactly. The IXO Spatial Web stack as the foundation.
Our goal today is to unpack this. What are these pods? How does this IXO tech make them possible?
What's the potential impact? How could this actually change the way organizations work and create value?
A tangible glimpse of the future for organizational structure, moving beyond just buzzwords like agile.
Precisely. It's a blueprint. But to really grasp why this change might be needed, look at the old way, the legacy structures.
Traditional departments, slow, hierarchical.
Opaque.
Right, opaque. Built on that old logic of economies of scale. Doing one thing, big.
Which work for a certain kind of stability, predictability, volume.
But today's world, it's not really like that, is it? It's fast, interconnected.
Constantly changing, run, or at least mediated by AI and complex digital ecosystems.
Those old structures aren't built for that speed and complexity.
They're fundamentally ill-equipped. What took a whole division might now be better handled by a small, smart, automated unit. It's calling for an evolutionary leap.
And it uses that analogy, the shipping container one, which I thought was pretty striking.
Yeah, that's a good one. Shipping containers didn't just make loading faster.
They created a standard way to package and move anything.
Exactly. It standardized the interfaces of global trade, completely reshaping it.
So the shift to pods is similar, standardizing interfaces of organizational capabilities.
Making them programmable, interoperable.
Okay, so that brings us nicely to these programmable organizational domains, pods.
Pods, yeah. Modular intelligent units from legacy departments, but they're completely re-engineered. Using this IXO framework, think of it like an operating system for connecting digital stuff, physical assets, smart capabilities. You define the pod using smart contracts.
So the code is the definition, what it does, how it works.
Precisely. The inputs, the outputs, the rules, the decision logic, it's all encoded. This makes each pod a self-contained, composable unit, like a Lego brick almost.
So ditch process manuals, you have executable code.
Because it's programmatically defined with clear interfaces, other systems, AI agents, you can interact easily.
And crucially, you can recombine them. Much easier than a huge reorg.
That's the promise. Dynamic reconfiguration, snapping different capabilities together as needed.
Wow. That unlocks incredible agility, doesn't it? Responding to market shifts, new challenges.
Opportunities, too.
Yeah.
It's baked into the structure.
But there's a prerequisite, something called ontological clarity. What does it mean in practical terms? Semantic coherence and explicitness.
Think of it like this. Imagine trying to plug a U.S. appliance into a U.K. socket. Different shapes, different voltages. It won't work without an adapter.
Total incompatibility.
Traditional organizations are often full of that. Sales calls a customer ID one thing, service calls it something else. Key processes are just, how we've always done it, maybe written down, maybe not. Tribal knowledge.
The classic left-hand, right-hand problem. They don't even speak the same language sometimes.
Exactly. Ontological clarity, in this context, is about creating that shared language. Standardizing how you define every capability, every process, every piece of data within a pod, and how it connects to the outside.
So it's explicit, unambiguous, machine-readable.
Yes. Inputs, outputs, procedures, decision logic, all clearly codified. It's not just documentation. It's, like you said, a living, executable definition.
And the big benefit of that clarity.
Interoperability. Because every pod speaks this same clear, defined language, systems know how to talk to any pod. You can connect them seamlessly.
Combine capabilities easily.
Not just inside your own company, but potentially across organizations, too.
That sounds like a competitive advantage. A big one.
Ontological arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
The advantage you get from clarity and modularity. You can reconfigure your operations, launch new things, pivot super fast.
While your competitors are still stuck, trying to untangle their old, rigid systems.
Exactly. They're bogged down in legacy confusion, manual processes. You, with your clear, programmable pods, can just rearrange the pieces. It's like arbitraging on the structure itself.
So it's not just a nice to have, an operational imperative, adapt.
Or risk obsolescence. It's about making your organization understandable and orchestrable by the AI and automated systems running the show.
Makes sense. Let's make this more concrete. Examples. Procurement department to procurement pod. How does that look?
So instead of just people and processes, it becomes this modular unit. Clear digital interfaces, input, a need for goods or services. Output, maybe a verified order and execute a contract.
And AI comes in here.
With clear rules and interfaces, AI agents can handle a lot of the routine stuff. Evaluating suppliers based on codified criteria, executing standard contracts, tracking things.
Freeing up the humans for the tricky bits.
Exactly. Strategic sourcing, complex negotiations, relationship building, high-value stuff.
Transparency, too. Immutable records for compliance.
Smart contracts can automatically create those auditable trails. It's a huge benefit for trust and accountability.
Okay, and the other example, the nonprofit one, impact measurement.
Transforming it into an impact verification pod. This feels really relevant.
How does that work?
Using specific capabilities from the IXO stack, intelligent evaluation oracles, this pod could autonomously verify project outcomes in real time.
So no more waiting months for a report. Impact gets verified as the data flows in.
That's the idea. Input project data, predefined verification rules, using those oracles to check external facts. Output, a validated impact claim.
Or maybe triggering something else, like releasing the next round of funding.
Precisely. This could massively cut administrative overhead. And think about donor confidence near real time, verifiable proof of impact. That's powerful.
It really shifts the whole game, doesn't it? How value is created, how it's measured.
Value shifts away from sheer scale
Towards speed, adaptability.
and precise modularization. How well have you defined your capabilities as pods? How quickly and smartly can you recombine them? That becomes the measure of value.
So the metrics change too, not just profit or loss.
Optimizing across multiple dimensions: economic, social impact, environmental footprint.
And AI could help manage that complex optimization because the pods are clearly defined.
If you have that ontological clarity, AI agents could potentially orchestrate pods to hit complex, multidimensional targets.
Are we seeing hints of this already? Any precursors out there?
A couple of things, like Nestle's work using blockchain for supply chain transparency, and community energy microgrids, like the Brooklyn microgrid example, decentralized units coordinating energy automatically based on rules.
So showing early signs of that autonomous operation, that adaptability in composed systems.
Yeah, they might not be full pods, but they point in that direction. They show organizations grappling with this need for more granular, automated, transparent capabilities.
Makes the vision feel less like sci-fi and more like an acceleration of current trends.
Which makes the call to action stark for leaders everywhere: companies, nonprofits, governments.
Adapt or get left behind.
It's not just about buying new software, it's rethinking, defining and codifying core capabilities for this new AI-mediated world, building semantic coherence, modularity,
Laying the groundwork for radical efficiency and adaptability.
turning your organization into something smart systems can actually understand and work with, intelligently orchestrable.
Wrapping this up, we've explored a compelling vision. Departments evolving into intelligent, programmable pods.
Enabled by tech like the IXO framework, but reliant on achieving ontological clarity first.
We've touched on the limits of the old ways, how pods offer modularity and intelligence.
Why clarity is key for interoperability and gaining ontological arbitrage edge.
And how this changes value creation, shifting from scale to speed, adaptability, and smart recombination.
It really flips the script.
This isn't just tech adoption, it's about deeply understanding and defining what an organization does in a machine-readable way. So a final thought for you, the listener. Given this potential for radical efficiency and adaptability, how might the organizations you deal with every day, your workplace, maybe your services you use, how might they need to transform to thrive in this AI-mediated future? If they were to start becoming these intelligent pods, what would be that first, hardest step in defining their own ontological clarity?